Here is a... Oh. Shoot. It must hit a wire. Alrighty, y'all. So today we're coming at you all with another project video. And today's project, we are going to be working on installing Camp Lux instant hot water heater inside our tiny house so we can have unlimited hot water with very low power. So let's get started. What we have here is a propane hot water heater by Camp Lux. This is their like ash white color that I got it in. And I've had this unit before. I've installed them for a couple customers, and they're very good units, and they're very affordable for how they work and what they are. I think this is a 15 liter per hour, so quite a bit. So you won't have any problems, especially in this tiny house. We just have a shower and 2 sinks, so I mean, this is super overkill, but it's really nice. What I have here is the unit, and this unit, unlike there's some that take some big like D batteries for the striker to start them. This one does have a wall plug, so if the power goes out, we will need to plug this into solar for it to start up, which is fine. It's nice because if you have an electronic one, we've had an older one that I'll show you all later, what we're replacing with this one, and it's all manual knobs, and the temperature always changes as the propane gets lower. This one, you electronically set it and it will stay that temperature constantly. It's very, very consistent. And then at the end, I'll go over all the pricing of how much this costs and why it's a good option. So this is just a normal 110 plug. It barely takes any power. I'm like talking a couple amps. So we got the Camp Lux. The Camp Lux basic kit comes with this stainless steel tube. It's the vent for the propane exhaust. It goes on and then goes outside. There's an extension kit that you can buy. So the unit itself, I think it's like $350, but you pay another $40 and you get this Camp Lux really, really high quality stainless steel wall thimble. That's the flange you need to go through the wall, and it is very thick stainless steel, so if you take this apart, you slide this through the wall. It can go up to like 8-inch thick walls or whatever. You slide this through there, and then you can run your vent right out the back. So I highly recommend getting that if you're going to be mounting it inside. Highly recommend mounting this somewhere where it can't freeze, because I'm going to be showing you all later today in this video how to fix a water heater that has frozen and the lines, the copper lines inside blow up. I'm also going to be showing you all the inside components of a water heater just like this one. And there's one other thing that I did buy. This is optional, but it helps. So these Camp Lux, if you look at the bottom, they got a water outlet and then a gas inlet and then a water inlet. So on this gas, it's just a 1/2 inch MPT, so National Pipe Thread. It's just 1/2 inch, so it's not like meant for a propane hose to hook up to. It's like one of those ones that just goes right to a cylinder tank. Now you can do that, like it's meant so designed so you can, but you'll need a couple fittings. So just for safety reasons, since we're having this inside, you can, but you don't want to have the propane tank inside the house. It's just better. So on Amazon, I picked up 25 feet of 1/2 inch propane hose. This is steel braided. They had normal like the poly stuff, but this wasn't that much more, and I think it's better. So it comes with a bunch of fittings to get us to that 1/2 inch size. And then on the end of this hose, they're both just female ends. On the end of this hose, I'll put on an adapter, and then I will put a regulator that goes to a propane tank. I'll set it right outside beside the deck, so it's very convenient. We can just run this through the floor and then hook up our propane tank outside up front, which makes it very nice. So this was 25 bucks. So in all, we're looking about $420, $30, which is not bad to have unlimited hot water. And then of course, propane, but for us, we use about one of those 20-pound cylinders a month. So that's not bad. You got about 20 bucks a month. That's really not bad for having unlimited hot water. So I'm gonna go get some tools and then we're gonna get started.
How y'all doing? So today I wanted to show you, we've made some shorts, and today I wanted to show you my setup, where I work, how I do that, and everything. So this is my little tiny corner. I'm hoping to eventually get my own little place, a leatherworking shop, but for now this totally works. So I got this rack. I just whipped this up We got swivel knives, tools, bevelers, and edge stamps. We got punches, so these are for stitching all. We got some just edgers and beeswax and stuff. These are all my dyes, oils, antiques, everything like that. And then over here, this is my more expensive tools right here. So got a head knife, just tools I use, you know. Got a Berry King hammer, got slot punch right there, bag punch. We got edger, skiver, stuff like that I use more often. And right here, you know, you go through these, I buy the fake wool pads. I might turn over to the real ones, but these ones are cheaper. These are just for dyeing and antiquing. Right here, I want to eventually get a better setup, but I'll dump some olive oil in there and then just brush everything with olive oil. It helps it last longer. And then here's my tooling stone. And then I use this for if you're skiving or anything. If you come off your leather, it's not going to ruin your blade. It'll keep that blade nice there. But yeah, I want to show y'all. These are 2 belts. I made this Ranger belt, and I made that to match this gun belt right here. And then here's a pair of spur straps. These are old, but just stuff like that. I have my box of just odd and end things. A bigger piece of leather that just I throw in there, and then when I have time, I'll jump into this bucket. We got some jean rags back there, belt blanks that are all cut out and ready. We got rolls of leather, so I get these in bulk. They're double shoulders. I want to eventually get some double back because those are bigger. And then, you know, we got our backing. This is 3/4 ounce machine veg tan, stuff like that. I'm going to eventually move that and maybe probably make a rack somewhere around here with all my rolls of leather. These are just, if you're wondering what these are just old rags and stuff that I can get a little more life out of them before I chuck them. But yeah, I just want to show you all that, what I've been doing and all that stuff.
Alrighty, y'all, so here's the tools you're going to need. I got a drill, and I have this huge 4-inch Diablo hole saw. You can use, I think it says down to 3.5 inch or even 3 inch, but I don't have 3 inch or 3.5 inch, so I'm going to use 4 inch. It won't matter because compared to this huge thimble that they give you, it's still you have plenty of room. And so you're going to need a hole saw and a really powerful drill. Then I have a stud finder. That way we can find the studs in the walls, and it also has an electrical mode, so it'll show you where the wires are in the wall. Since this is in the service closet, the breaker's there and there's wires coming in, so we definitely don't want to hit anything. Oh. Okay. Also, what we'll need to do is I just took this. This is how they give it to you. They give it to you in the package like this, and all you got to do is dump out the hardware that they give you. They give you some washers and some nuts and some screws, but mainly the thing I need in here is they give you 2 little screws to screw this flange onto the top of here. So they give you 2 options. So you can mount your heater sideways on a wall and say this is a wall. It can go out the side, or you can align it up with the holes going backwards and shooting the straight out. That's how I'm going to do it. You could do it. I would do it sideways, but there's some studs that are in my way that way. So it is nice because if you have a closet where you could put it sideways, it really takes up no space. I mean, you can just put it along the side of the wall and shoot it out. It's really cool. So we're going to need that. It's pretty simple. I have drill bits. You're going to need some drill bits. I got normal screw bits, I got some spattle bits, and then I got just a little small tube of Lexel. I really like it. It works really good. It's insanely strong. That's what I'm going to use to seal around this thimble. Once I drill the hole, I'll put a nice bead around and seal it down, and it'll be nice and waterproof, and then I'll use some sheet metal screws. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to open up this closet, and we are going to get this mini fridge drug out of here because it is in our way.
And it's broken.
And it's semi-broken, so. Okay, that was easy. And then You get this cardboard box up. There's some trash in there. So we use trash in closets. Okay. Yes, I know. I didn't finish painting the bottom of the.
How dare you?
In the closet. Okay. So here's the plumbing service room. Don't ask me why I made this thing so big. So here's where our PEX lines come into the tiny house, and then we have cutoff valves and dividers for the hot water heater. This will be way less complicated on your house when you're installing this, because chances are you're not going to be doing it to a pre-existing system. So how this works is we have hot, and I know everything's blue, but that's just because they didn't have any red plumbing when we did the tiny house. So we have hot, and then we have cold, and the cutoff valves make it so this is hot water already coming from the house. So we turn this off, then we use the cold water, run it through the hot water heater, and then back through the same hot water lines. So that way, if the hot water heater ever broke, we can still turn on the hot water from the house and still use hot water just in case of emergencies. So we're gonna cut these, because these were going outside to our old outdoor unit, and then we're gonna replumb them up here. Then I'm gonna mount the unit right here. I know it's low, but I didn't see anything about like there's a certain height that you have to mount it to. So I'm gonna mount it back here. It'll be behind the fridge, but it'll still be accessible. And I'm gonna go right through here, and should be pretty easy replumb it in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that set up here, mark out the holes, and then check it with a stud miner real quick. Alrighty, y'all. So I did some planning and plotting out to figure out where some studs were. I figured out a couple different options. Now, one of my biggest problems is I have a electrical panel right here. So there's that. I know that there's wires coming down and there's wires coming up, but right here there should not be any electrical. And hopefully not any studs that are that important. And so I got this flange and I just flipped it around like this, laid it right where I need to be. I held up the unit, make sure it's in place, and then I'm just gonna mark the inside of that circle. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's gonna go right there. So what I'm gonna do is drill that hole real quick, and then okay.
Nice.
Okay. There we go. There's outside. And we did not hit plumbing, electrical, or anything. That is very impressive. We'll screw that in there, and then we'll go put in the outside ones. I'm just gonna set that in its hole right now. Alrighty, so we're on the outside of the tiny house, and we are getting this flange ready to install. I'm first gonna make sure it fits good. Okay, it fits good. As you can see, we're definitely going to seal this because we have a gap in the LP side in here and a gap in the LP side in here, which would definitely allow water to go in. Maybe not get in too bad because we do have a little bit of overhang, but we want this all sealed good. That way it will never leak. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out. And the best way to do this, since our hole is a little wider than our flange, is we're going to open this, especially in that crack there. So we'll get that.
Yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay, so that should be
Plenty.
good and sealed. Plenty. Line it up and then just push that right on there. Okay, good. Now we're gonna get it looking straight. Looks pretty good to me. And then I have some, okay, so I have some galvanized wood binding metal screws, and they have a rubber gasket on them, so that'll seal these up. That way you don't have to silicone these, and we can just put that in right there, and then we'll put in one here, and then we will put in one here. Okay. Right here is a, oh, shoot. It must hit a wire.
No.
Yeah, I'm like scared to touch it. Crap.
Where did that poke through, dude?
Okay. Yeah, let's.
Would that trip the breaker?
Inside and see what that is. Yeah.
Okay, so it nicked the yellow wire.
Yep, I see it. it just barely breached the casing. So
So you'll just be able to wrap it in electrical tape, right?
Yeah, I'll get some heat-proof electrical tape. And since it just exposed the wire, I can see it clearly from here. It did not cut the wire, and everything still works in here, and a breaker didn't trip. I'm just gonna wrap that back up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get some electrical tape.
Whew. That's a close one, man.
Yeah.
Because the main power line's there,
Yeah. Right here.
and then the other orange one's there. And y'all,
stupid stud finder
just
didn't tell me.
we didn't say this on camera, but we did turn off the breaker too.
Yeah, the power's off.
Yeah, the power is off, so don't worry.
Now it is.
Now it is.
Okay.
But it's kind of good that we didn't turn off the power, because if you wouldn't have got shocked, then we would have never known that you hit it, and then it could have literally burnt down the whole house.
Okay. So.
All right, so you're back. You found electrical tape.
Yep. Okay, let me get
So where did it nick it exactly?
right up here. Up at
Oh.
the top. See the screw? You just brushed it.
Alrighty, y'all. So crisis averted. We got the power line all wrapped up and good to go, ship shape. And so now that's totally safe. James just pushed this straight on through here, and then I just screwed back in the screws again. And is that it for now for out here?
Alrighty, y'all. So with that catastrophe avoided for now, what we are going to work on is we slid that vent back through here, and then I just put this elbow on here loosely. They already pre-drilled screws holes, so we'll just put in that little screw that they give you. And if you notice, this is loose. So what they want you to do is this pipe, for draining reasons on the outside, of course, water is going to fall on that pipe. So we want it at a slight angle downward. They say about a 1/4 inch per foot. This pipe is about 1 foot long. So we're just going to have to raise it up as high as it can go, which is about 1/4 inch, and then it'll drop. That way no water will shed back onto the fitting. There you go. I held it up with the elbow in place, and I just put 2 marks. So we're actually going to drill through that flange and put in the screws. Just got this mounted. I don't know exactly why, but their flange actually interferes with how their elbow works. Like that'll go through there, of course. But how it needs to, like where it needs to be, if you look at that, it's lined up. But it actually interferes with how this mounts. And it doesn't just slide behind it, because it still is like a whole another 1/2 inch. I don't exactly know why. So what I had to do is I got a step bit, which is a metal drill bit, and I drilled 2 holes and then screwed it in, which is fine. This steel right here is insanely hardened. It is very hard to drill through, but it only took like 2 minutes. Just drill through 2 holes. I got it all mounted and screwed in. It's very sturdy in place. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my pipe. Oh, also, I don't want to skip out on any steps. To screw in and access these flanges, you have to remove these little bezels that they give you. I go like this, just to kind of, I don't know, make it look nicer or something. So you have to remove them to be able to screw them in. So they're just 4 Phillips number 2 screws. So remove them before you do that. And then what we're gonna do here is there's a little hole there and a big hole here. Insanely tiny Phillips screws that we don't want to lose. So we're just gonna put them in there just like that. And we're just gonna, the next thing, well, this is gonna be a little tricky. Wait a second.
Yep, go ahead.
Alrighty, so I have this leaned out. It's actually nice. It's kind of resting on here. I have the bottom screwed in. Have our vent there. I just put the screw in here. There's only 1 screw, and then they give you this foil tape. Hopefully I don't rip it too badly. And you just want to wrap this seam right here. That way you don't leak gas and poison yourself. This one has a, nipple on it, so it goes inside there, so that's fine. Just this, since it's just a seam, we just want to seal that up. Tip this in with this at the same time. Just kind of tap it. There we go. Perfect. Cool deal. Now we can push that in there. Let's get a screw really quick. Okay, so we got a screw in there. Now all we need to do is screw the unit back into place. So, okay, cool. Then we'll put in 1 more screw. we'll have to work on plumbing and gas. And then we'll put these little flanges back on there. And we'll get this plumbed in. So all I'll have to do is cut this PEX line here. This one is cold, this one is hot. And I will just get the adapters, attach to them. Then I will get the gas line ran down. And then it should be ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I need to run to the hardware store to get some plumbing adapters. So I'll be right back, and then we'll get back to it, getting it done. So I just got done hooking up with the plumbing. Not too hard. I got these really cool, I'll show you the valves. Wait 1 second. I use these, which are really nice. This is just 1/2 inch MPT, and then it goes right to 1/2 inch just normal crimp PEX. And these work great because they have that rubber gasket in there, so you could just turn them on there and they're nice and waterproof. You don't need any Teflon tape. So I use them in there. I got our gas line ran. I got it all taped up, all proper. I got all of our, now you can see how it works. The cold water goes in the machine, out hot, back up to our plumbing. I got that gas line. I need to foam this. I had to make the hole bigger because the fittings are decently big.
Gotcha.
So I got it all plugged in. It's on right now. It says the water is 60 degrees and it's set to 120. I haven't hooked up the propane yet. I could show you where I ran. I had Buddy hand me the slack from that hose, and I ran it all the way back and under and then around, and I put it right over here. It comes out from underneath, and there's more slack underneath there, but I'm gonna now attach a regulator hose to this, and then I can just put the propane tank right here on the deck. Very easy location to access.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. So all I need to do is go get my hose down from the shop. Oh, actually, it's right off of there. I'll unscrew the hose off of there, get this screwed up, taped up, and then we'll give her a try.
All right, so what did you just find out?
Alrighty, so we got everything put back together. It all fits perfectly. The mini fridge fits in right beside, which I thought it would, but it does. So it's all good to go. All we gotta do is go outside and hook up that regulator hose and put a tank on it. Let's do it. That hose actually came with a bunch of different fittings that were very helpful. So this is a 3/8 to 3/8, and then I got some of this. You're gonna want some of this. I didn't say it, but this yellow gas line tape, and you want at least 4 wraps around whatever you're doing. That's the minimum. So do 5 or 6. It ain't gonna hurt it, and then get it nice and tight. And there's multiple ways. Some people do soapy water. Some people actually have a little gas tester that'll smell it. I just smell for it because propane is very strong and easy to smell. So once I hook it up, I go in there and just smell everything. And if I smell a hint of anything, I take it all off and redo it. But usually it's perfectly fine as long as you cinch it tight and put lots of this on there. So I use these 15-pound jugs. They say 15 pounds, but I think that's the weight of them empty. They're way more than 15 pounds when they're full. So we're gonna get that on there tight. Then we're gonna give her some gas. And we're gonna
Sniff.
get to sniffing. Just smells like stainless steel from China. No, that's good. That ain't leaking.
If it was leaking real bad, you would have blacked out.
Nope. It's clear. Okay. So let's make sure it's on. Set to 20. So when I turn on the kitchen sink, it should kick on.
Yep,
I
there
have it
she
set
goes.
to 120. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
This will be good because then we'll be able to see what it feels
Water
like
temperature
before we
want
go
to
into
be.
the shower.
So this one's a set.
Cool.
So now you heard the fan just go off. The fan will run for about 5 seconds.
Cool
after
everything
you turn off
down.
the water. But that's what's so cool about instant hot water heaters. They're so efficient because when you turn on that faucet, it turns on. Now, they say instant hot water. It does not mean that it's like you turn it on and it's hot water. I don't know why some people think that. I've installed some for customers and they're turning on. They're like, it's not hot. I'm like, there's still water in the pipes that have to go through before the hot water gets to you. Like, it's instant compared to boiling water in a normal, regular hot water tank. So, alrighty y'all, if you like this video, leave a comment, tell me what you think, let me know what y'all want me to do next. I love doing these videos. Tell me if y'all like it, and I will continue to post videos of me doing little projects and jobs around here. We have some new ones coming up soon, and I'm getting ready to share them with y'all. So, hope that y'all have a blessed night or day, or whatever time it is, wherever you're living. So, y'all have a good one. Bye.